Good afternoon, my name's Simon from Anglesey Music and this is Bryngwran's Got Talent. We're joined here today with quite a few different judges from various places across Anglesey. Joining me is Medi, also from Anglesey Music. She's a piano teacher and she's based here in Bryngwran. We have Shally and Stuart. Shally and Stuart run a music studio in Holyhead called Phoenix Studios. Go check them out, they're really, really good. They also have a band called Running with Scissors and they are excellent. They do come down to the village quite often and play in our open mics when the pub is open, and they've got lots and lots of things online. Go check out their song called Eskimos, it's excellent. We've also got Amy. I'm just going across my screen in order, no particular order. We've got Amy. Amy is a student, the youngest one of our judges, and she is a trainee sound and light technician. She was supposed to be doing all the sound and light for Philfest this year, but obviously Philfest can't be happening. And finally, but not last, we have Stacey McNeil, who is part of Stacey McNeil Music. Well, is Stacey McNeil Music. Stacey's got an amazing voice. She's got lots and lots of songs and albums all over the internet. It's well worth going to check her out. So this is Bryngwran's Got Talent. We've had 15 different entries to go through. And if you are all ready, if all the judges are ready, we will start watching.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first person, I'm going to share a screen with you in a moment. The first person we've got up today is called Gethin, and Gethin is going to give us a small dance and singing routine. I hope you all enjoy.
And I'm catching the wind, but the Michael Jackson. From the beast about to strike, you know it's thriller night. Get the gezaf.
Wow, that was absolutely incredible. What a little groove you've got going on there. Really, really good moves, and it's great to see some really a young Michael Jackson fan. I definitely think you're a star in the making there, and I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10.
I absolutely loved it. So it definitely made my day that did. Oh god, I'd say an 8 out of 10 as well for that. Absolutely loved it.
Well done, Amy, thank you. And Shally and Stuart.
Okay. Gethin, yes. The Michael Jackson of Anglesey. I thought it was great. The singing at the singing at the end was pretty good too, and he had a very complicated routine of moves. I think we give him an 8.
Very nice, well done. And Medi knows Gethin quite well. Medi teaches Gethin to play the piano as well. He's a very good young piano player as well. How about you, Medi?
That just captures Gethin just in a nutshell, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I love the little dancing, his confidence, and I think he came alive when he started to sing as well. It was going to be a 7, but when he sang, I was like, no, an 8.
If you're all ready, we'll go on to the next one. And this is Elvis Evans.
Wise men say only fools shake hands saying, yes, you should, baby. Would it be a sin if I can help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you. Thank you very much.
Elvis lives.
Yeah. I always had a sneaky suspicion he wasn't dead.
Well, yeah, it is a little unfair because I'm not 100% sure it's not the real Elvis.
Really?
And he's alive and well here on Anglesey.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's just a bit out of practice. Don't know, Elvis. No, that could be the giveaway actually, because Elvis did get through the burgers at the end there.
Yeah. Okay. With that, I think Stuart, you and Shelley should give the first opinions and the first scores.
All that I was missing there was he needs to work on the hip movements. They've obviously slipped somewhat over the years. So I'm going to give him a 7.
It's a 7 for me, and it's just because it was lacking a little bit of movement, but I really did enjoy the Welsh Dragon on the outfit there.
Yeah.
Oh, Elvis, you're letting yourself down here with lack of dance moves. How about you, Amy?
Well, he's got the costume and he's got the voice, so I'd say it's 7. I'd love that.
Oh, Elvis, I think I'm your biggest fan. I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 for that. I really enjoyed it. I loved your voice. I loved how I felt like you were pointing right at me and singing it just to me. So I loved that. Thank you. Well done.
Elvis, if you keep your eyes open for him, I'm sure when lockdown ends there will be a gig that Elvis does have to appear at somewhere around. This is Tony. Tony is a guitar player.
love that. Wow, I'm absolutely speechless. I loved it. Oh, I have to say an 8 out of 10. I absolutely loved every part of that. Wow. Yeah.
I think that was a fantastic performance, Tony. I'm really envious of your guitar skills. I thought you worked the foot pedals really well for the effects, and I can't really fault the performance, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go 10.
That's my kind of thing. That I loved it. It was quite like slashy kind of inspired. I really liked it, and I liked the kind of build up in the song. Do we have a name for that song? Do we know if he wrote it?
I believe it's Tony's own, but I could be wrong.
I'm going to give it a 9 then. Fair play.
Okay, excellent. And that brings us nicely to Shelley and Stuart.
You want to go on this one?
Well, I think he did really well. A good use of vibrato and everything. Yeah, a good technique. I think between us we've said 8. So well done.
Okay. Next up, we're going over to the piano now. We have a young lady called Louisa, and she is going to play. She's not been playing on the piano for too long, and she's going to play us a short little song. I hope you enjoy. We should start off with a very respected piano player in the group, and that is Shelley.
Oh, well, I was well impressed. I mean, having taught piano for many years, I do understand sort of what it's involved to get to the point that she's at, and she shows great promise. It's not the easiest thing to learn to coordinate both hands together and to read 2 lines of music, and the timing and everything. So I say yes, she shows really good promise. Keep practicing, keep at it, and I'm going to give you a 7.
Again, that was absolutely wonderful, and just like Shelley said, I think you've got real potential there to be a really great piano player. I can play a little tiny bit, but I can't do both hands at once, so to do that takes a lot of practice. You must put a lot of work into that, and I'm going to give that an 8.
To be honest, I loved it. It was so nice, that little piece. Wow. I think I'd give you an 8 out of 10 for that. It was just really nice and short, and I wish I knew how to play piano better, but definitely take it easier.
She played really well, bless her. And I loved her little outfit and her smile at the end. She seemed really confident with herself. But as she's my student, I don't think it's fair for me to give her a score. So I'm going to ask you, Simon, to score her on my behalf, please.
Okay. I'm quite a tough piano teacher.
We know.
And there were a few little things about the timing in that song, and I was going to score it a 6 until the very end. And then right at the end, Louisa gave us that lovely little smile. And it's really nerve-wracking playing in front of the camera, and it's really hard work, so I'm going to give Louisa a 7. I'm going to introduce you now to Billy. And Billy belongs to Aaron and Lois, lives here in the village, and Billy, very nicely, is an Amazon blue-fronted parrot.
I'll see you firsthand next week on Monday Night Raw, and that's
There we go. Oh,
They are better than. Do you think it's going to be a small point
there
that's
we
made
go.
in the morning paper?
so the first question I'm going to ask is, did you recognise the song?
Yeah,
Maddie probably does.
I love it.
I'll let you pronounce the song because the parrot unfortunately speaks better Welsh than I do.
You realise Jack Adore?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I sang that to my son when he was little. I wish I could sing that well. Bless him.
And because Billy is a singer, I'm going to cross over to Stacey first of all, because Stacey's an excellent singer, to give us her opinion on Billy.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I've just formed a duo with Jonathan, as you know, and I think he might be out, to be honest. I think I found my new duet partner for definite. And it was the outfit for me that swung it. I mean, that green dress was something else. So, yeah, loved it. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to go with a 7 for that one, but enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, wow. Definitely. Oh, brilliant. I can't even sing that well, so makes me embarrassed, to be honest, that a parrot can sing better than me. So, I'd say 7 out of 10, yeah.
I am strongly tempted to go with the 10 because I'd love to see a parrot win the competition. But in truth, the parrot really needs to work on its diction and its timing. So I can only really give it a 7.
And that brings us to Maddie.
Oh gosh, I love that. Honestly, it's made my day. I'm tempted to go and get a parrot now that can sing. But it's a 7 for me as well, I think, and it's just because it would have been better with without the background noise, so he'd be clearer.
Parrots need to watch World Wrestling.
Yeah.
It is part of their care package.
Okay.
Moving on, we have a young lady called Katrina who's going to sing for us next.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tremble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Any of you want to dance right now, you can.
Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand beside me. Oh, stand now, stand by me, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now, stand by me, stand by me.
I like that. That takes courage to sing like that on a camera, and I like the confidence. And that's actually my favorite song of all time. So because it's my favorite, I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more strict with it. But I did like the dancing in the middle and her little smile at the end, so I'm going to give her a 7.
Again, shows promise. Needs perhaps work on the tuning in certain bits, but yeah, really shows promise. Keep at it. Think about developing something more of a stage presence and building the confidence in how you present the music. Don't forget that when you're singing, there is an audience out there that wants to see you, sort of. But yes, shows great promise. So a 7. Thank you.
Thank you. And Amy?
I absolutely love the song. I always love that song. It's just nice to see people singing it. And the way you sang it was just really nice. It was put forward really well. And I would like to give you a 7 out of 10.
Thank you very much. And finally, I'm coming over to Stacey. I'm coming to Stacey last because Stacey was dancing all the way through that song.
Yeah, I thought that was really funky. Great song choice, really good, and I think you've got a really nice, strong voice. Definitely, I think if with some practice over the next couple of years, I think you could be a real star in the making there. So yeah, well done. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, next up, we're going back to the piano, and we've got a young lady coming up next called Xenia. She is 7 years old, and she is going to play us a song called Bluebird.
7 and being able to play like that is extraordinary. Yeah, really, really, really good. Obviously, you know, sort of over the years that will develop. There's you know, things that can be worked on, but yeah, excellent, really, really good. I liked the way it slowed down at the end, so it's showing some musical understanding. So yeah, I would definitely go 9.5. I would say
9.5. Wow.
Wow, that was absolutely incredible, Xenia. I've never heard anything like that before, and let alone from someone as young as you. Actually, you brought a little tear to my eye at one point, because I just thought, gosh, what a lot of work and effort and practice must have gone in to a performance like that. And I think it was a really beautiful song as well. You played it absolutely beautifully. I loved how you'd got your pretty dress on and your hair done perfectly. I liked how we could see the music. I can't read music, so to me, for you to be able to read that and play that, absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to give that my first number 10.
That was absolutely beautiful. I can't believe you're only 7 as well. That's just mind-blowing. Oh, wow. So I'm going to give you a 10 as well, because that was absolutely beautiful.
Can you imagine being 7 and being able to play Bluebird like that, to that like quality as well? It was amazing. Her timing was on point and her notes are correct as far as I could tell. Even played that hard section in the middle of the song absolutely perfect as well. I loved it. I'm giving her a 10.
The next person on is a young gentleman by the name of Leo, who absolutely loves both football and Liverpool Football Club. And this is Leo, hopefully showing off his football skills.
Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye, though it took some time to...
And that's it, a really short video. Are you happy with that? Would you like to see it again?
I think we'll see it again. I'd like to see that again.
Okay, here we go.
Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye, though it took some
I know absolutely nothing about football or Liverpool or Manchester or anything else to do with that. I'm not a sporty person at all, but I can appreciate good skill and good talent when I see it. And I think I'd like to have seen a little bit more, maybe a few more tricks, but I am still going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I was very impressed.
An 8 out of 10, thank you very much.
The song gave it a little bit more of the vibe he was going for. I liked it. I couldn't score a goal this far away from a goal, so he did it backwards. I don't know the terms. I don't know anything about football, but I'm giving him an 8.
Yeah, I go with Stacey. Obviously, it's a really clever trick, and it would be great if we'd seen a couple more. So, because of that, I give it 7.
Brilliant. Oh, I definitely couldn't do that. Amazing tricks right there. And I can't believe you got it into the net as well afterwards. That's really impressive. Yeah, would have been nice to see a bit more, but still what you showed us was amazing. So I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10.
Okay, next up, keeping on the theme of something completely different, we're going over to Callan. Callan is a gymnast and she's going to be doing a few of her gymnastic skills.
She covered a lot of tricks in what, 30 seconds there?
Yeah.
So I'm quite impressed with that. Fair play to her. Some of the moves could have been a little bit cleaner, so I'm giving her a 7.
Well, I'm going to say an 8 out of 10 for that, because wow, you're very flexible, really, really flexible, and the way that you spin on that bar as well, that was really amazing.
Amazing performance there, really lovely. I love that your equipment's all pink as well. That's brilliant. I've got my pink top on today. It's one of my favourite colours. And actually, this sounds a bit funny, but you reminded me, the way you move, you remind me of a cheese string. You were so bendy, and I loved your little smile at the end as well. So I thought it was brilliant. And I was going to give you an 8, and then you had that brilliant smile and pose at the end. So I'm going to boost it up to a 9. Well done.
Bill was so flexible. So I'll go up to an 8 on that one.
Up to an 8 with Callum. Thank you very much there, Stuart. So now, next up, we have a lady who is a really, really good piano player. And she's decided, rather than to show us some of her piano playing skills, she's going to show us one of her other skills.
Wow, I can't imagine how long it would have taken to get all those glasses to play the right notes. Oh, I love that. It's just really sweet as well. I'd say about 7 out of 10 for that. Yeah, 7.
I thought that, well, and knowing that she plays the piano as well, I mean, it reflects some of the things that she's learned playing the piano, such as intonation and timing, and just the understanding in order to pick the right piece to be able to use that number of, yeah. So yeah, I'm well impressed with that. And it shows sort of diversity and everything else like that. But yes, a 7. Well done.
I would suggest she gets a great big bucket of water as a base.
I like that. I wonder how much time it's taken her to measure how much water she needs in each glass. I really like do you know the little champagne ones? They had a nice ring to them. I like that. I'm giving her an 8 for excellence.
I thought that was very melodic. I enjoyed that. I must say I was a little bit like this with the champagne flutes, though. I was expecting we might have a bit of a puddle, but no, very good control. And no, I enjoyed that. It was something different. I always like something different, so I'm going to say 8 out of 10.
Okay, now we are returning back to, I've mentioned it a few times, obviously I'm a piano teacher. We are going back to the piano with a young lady called Becca, who's going to play for us next. Before I turn it over to you guys for the scores, I will say I absolutely love that magical floating unicorn in the background.
Yeah.
I thought that was lovely, and I was going to mention the unicorn as well because I wasn't distracted by it because the playing was so beautiful, but it was nice to see a magical unicorn in the background. I thought the performance was really good attention to detail. I could also see you trying really hard to make sure you were looking at the music and not down at the keys, and I know that's really hard to do. And you even painted your nails to match your outfit, so I think for effort and all-round performance, I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10 for that.
That unicorn, absolutely. I love that unicorn. I want one. I really want a unicorn like that. Wow, it was absolutely beautiful the way that you played it. I loved your outfit as well. It was absolutely gorgeous. So, I'm going to say 9 out of 10 just because it was absolutely stunning performance.
Yeah, really good performance. It again shows promise, and it reflects the amount of work that it takes to actually get to that point. I would say just watch your thumb on your left hand tending to be dropping it. Just sort of keep it's, don't laugh, it's important. This is
I'm going to agree with Shelley.
important. You sort of, don't drop the thumb below it. Have it there ready.
Massive effort there from them.
But yeah, no, really good. And yes, I would have perhaps have chosen something that was sort of slightly more within your capabilities, so that you could have impressed slightly. It was obviously something that you're working very, very hard on. But yes, so I'll keep at it, and 7.
I think she performed it beautifully. She kept it steady. There were little pauses here and there, so she could work on that maybe. But overall, it was really good. I'm going to give her an 8.
Thank you very much. If Becca is watching this when it goes out, that means you've just had 3 piano lessons all in one. Very nice. Next, we are going over to somebody showing us some very fancy tricks. This is Lacey. And she is in her, I think, in her back garden.
I love that song, so happy, and she looked really pleased with herself at the end there, bless her. I'm going to give it a 7.
You know what, it wasn't what I was expecting when you said we were going to see some tricks, but it was very creative, and so I enjoyed that about it, and I thought it was put together really nicely. Good song, as Mehdi said, so I'm going to go 7 as well.
Very imaginative, creative, good effort. I'd give it a 7.
Very, very creative. I wish I could have ideas like that. I'm going to give you a 7 as well.
Almost there. We have just 3 more acts left on today. Next up, we have a young lady called Millie. Millie is a piano player. She has written her own song to perform on this, and this song is called Water Lily.
away by that. I think your playing is fantastic, but the fact that you've written that song, I'm a songwriter too, and I really appreciate what goes into writing music. And I don't know if you're a singer as well, but if not, and you ever want to write a song together, I'd be really happy to do that, because I thought that was wonderful. Well done. I'm going to give it a 10.
That was absolutely beautiful. I nearly started crying then. I can't believe you wrote that yourself as well. Wow, absolutely stunning. I'm definitely going to give you a 10 out of 10 for that.
Excellent, really, really good. Shows a nice developing understanding of the structure of music and the intonation and everything else like that. Good use of dynamics, good use of contrasting style. So yeah, excellent, 9.5. Well done.
I'm not going to say much because I'm really emotional and I'm going to cry any second. But I love the name of the song. It has a lovely feel to it. I loved how it built up. She controlled it really well and her dynamics were great. And I really liked how she repeated sections as well. So well done. I'm giving her a 10.
Okay, we have just 2 more left. The next person up is a young girl, a young dancer from Holyhead. Her name is Freya.
I love how you were smiling the whole way through. You have some serious dance moves. I absolutely love that. I'm going to give you I'd say an 8.5 because I can't decide whether I'm going to give you an 8. But no, I'll give you a 9 out of 10. I love that.
I like that. I liked her outfit. She's like a proper little entertainer. You can tell that her family has just got used to it by now, because the dog came up to her, seeing what she was up to, and was like, "Oh, she's dancing again," and then just went away again. Wasn't really bothered. But it had a real feel-good vibe about it. It was very upbeat. I'm giving her a 7.
Great ideas there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and she was clearly having great fun as well. So we'll give her a 7.
You definitely had more energy than your dance partner for sure, who was on stage with you. Definitely got that one. Really lovely. I love the song choice as well. I can really see you on a 1920s stage doing, all the dances there. Really enjoyed that. Lovely energy. And I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10.
And that brings us to the last video. We have saved this one especially for you. We have to be honest, George has a little help in putting his video together because he wasn't quite sure how to do it himself. But this is something that George wanted putting together especially for Bryngwran's Got Talent, and this should bring all of our videos to a close. I really do hope you enjoy it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Are you ready? a tiny house on a tiny street in Bryngwran town. We used to meet, but we're all locked at home, you see. I'm missing all my friends for tea. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Keep the coronavirus away. Pack up all your cares and woe. Here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Oh, take something back to me. Tin soup, sugar and tea. Bye, bye, blackbird. Da 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 da. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. But everybody keep on smiling, 'cause this virus must go away. We'll meet again, don't know when the pub gets. Keep safe, everybody. You'll never walk alone.
Being no stranger to George's talents, it was a joy to watch, and the amount of elements that went into that, the thought that went into that, there was quite a lot. I would say that the pirate needed a bit more work, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, 8.
I think
yeah.
Why was George doing it anonymously when with masked and with dark glasses on, trying to pretend he's not George when clearly everybody can tell that's George?
George was just staying safe at home, I think.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
You don't know what pirates carry.
No. Very good.
I've missed seeing George live. I'm going to be honest, I've actually missed it. Oh, I love it. Absolutely brilliant. He's just a character. I love seeing George. Brilliant. So, 8 out of 10, definitely.
And then we'll go to the two people who've never seen George play. Stacey.
That was quite a medley and quite the experience, actually. I don't think I was prepared for that, but I really enjoyed it, and I think the message underneath it all was really good. I feel like next year you're going to have a separate category for parrots, because 2 out of 15 or whatever it's been, it's quite a few. It's quite a percentage. No, I enjoyed that a lot. I think it was put together really nicely, and I think the message was lovely, so I'm going to say 8 out of 10.
I haven't seen George live, but I look forward to it when all of this is over. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I think he had a good theme. I liked the community feel, like he included pictures of the village. I thought that was very nice. Don't know what the parrot was about, so it's an 8 from me.
Sitting behind me through this whole process has been Nicole, who's been recording all of your scores, and she has put everything together. Before we do that, we're going to have a little talk together between us as judges, and while we're doing that, you can perhaps enjoy one of the videos that we've shown today. Well, thank you very much everybody for tuning in. We hope you've enjoyed the show today. I can tell you it has become a bit of a draw. So before we started streaming this today, I put my own vote in, and my own vote has just swung it slightly. That our first place winner today is Millie, and Millie, just down to the fact that you actually wrote your own song and performed it so beautifully. Millie Archer, you are the winner of Bryngwran's Got Talent.
Woo!
Hey!
Congratulations.
Second place now goes to Zinnia. Zinnia for her lovely performance of Bluebird. Well done, Zinnia. And third place goes to Tony. Tony, who played wonderfully on the guitar. Well done, Tony. It's been a real pleasure. Well done to every single person who put their videos in. It's been brilliant to watch. We hope you've enjoyed the fun day, and hopefully next year we'll be able to do it actually in person on a proper stage. Well done, everybody, and thank you to 5 amazing judges, Nicole behind me, and thank you to everybody who's been involved. I would like to tell you that this afternoon we have filmed Bryngwran's Got Talent, and after all of my judges watched through all of the videos that we've got, you've won.
Seriously?
Seriously, yes.
Oh no.
Oh no. At first it was a draw, and then we had to go back to the judges' scorecards and discuss it quite in depth. And because you've actually written your own song as well as played beautifully on the piano, you have won Bryngwran's Got Talent.
Oh, that's cool.
You have got a £15 prize, which
yes.
I will sort out for you.
I'm glad my nine pushed me, because I wasn't going to do it. But my nine said, you have to do it, Millie, so I did.
Well, I will not shake your nine's hand when I see it, but I will say well done anyway.